Update 3 on Tropical Storm Jangmi. It's its international name. The Philippine name is Seniang. Its wind speed is now 50 miles per hour and a pressure of 989 millibars. Its position is 9.9 degrees north, 124.6 degrees east. That's current as of 2 p.m. UTC, December 29th. The storm is expected to continue in the same vein as a tropical storm. Perhaps some weakening is expected as it crosses over the southernmost Visayas region. And then the storm's expected to move towards Palawan and then the South China Sea eventually, and the storm will ultimately dissipate not too far from Malaysia as a tropical depression around 5 days' time just south of the tip of Vietnam. So quite a few areas could see some tropical storm force conditions or indeed some heavy rains, but most notably the Philippines, I would say, at this time. And that's what the warnings are right now. Signal 2 warnings in effect for northernmost Mindanao, as well as some of the islands of the Visayas region, Bohol, southern Cebu as well. And Signal 1 warnings in effect for other areas around that region too, including extending all the way to the western tip of Mindanao now as well, and Leyte, Cebu, and parts of Panay as well. Warnings could extend further west towards Palawan later on. Sea surface temperatures are around 29 degrees Celsius, maybe 28, but certainly warm enough to sustain tropical cyclone development. That's not going to be the main concern, at least in terms of the storm in the next few days, though, because sea surface temperatures aren't really the issue. It's more towards the wind shear, which is increasing ahead of the storm, or rather it's fairly high. Some of it is decreasing, but some of it is increasing at this time. But wind shear is high ahead of the storm, and dry air is still rather potent towards the northwest of the storm as well. I think a little bit less than what we saw in the last update, which in turn was less than what we saw previously, so that could be improving. The latest satellite imagery shows the storm's centre perhaps grazing the northern coast of Bohol there, if I'm not mistaken. I could be heading towards the west-northwest, and will affect Cebu next, pretty much in the next few hours, I suppose. And then moving on towards the west, we should expect to see more of a west-southwestward turn going on in the next few hours or days. As the storm heads towards Palawan, it will affect that island as well as a tropical storm, I should imagine, unless we see some significant weakening occurring, but that's not likely considering how it's intensified by a whole 10 miles per hour in the past 6 hours, which is almost surprising, I suppose, since it's been over half sea, half land. As of 2 p.m. UTC, December the 29th, there is nothing going on in the Western Hemisphere. It's all in the east, where we have Invest 95B near India, Cyclone Kate still going as a Category 1 storm, and of course Tropical Storm Jangmi. There are no other systems active right now. And it is the 80th tropical storm of 2014 worldwide, level with 1993 in all respects. That includes cyclones, Category 1 storms with winds of 74 miles per hour or higher, there's been 44 of those, and 26 Category 3 storms with winds of 115 miles per hour or higher. Of course, one more storm and we're level with 2002 in terms of tropical storms and 1991. Looking at some historical perspective for the latest Philippine landfall dates, in 1986 Typhoon Norris made landfall in the Visayas region as a tropical storm near midday UTC on December the 31st. And progressed towards the west over New Year. Typhoon Mary in 1977 formed on December the 20th near the international date line and eventually reached the Philippines as a tropical depression on January the 2nd, 1978. In 1959, Typhoon Harriet made landfall in Luzon as a Category 4 storm on December the 31st and struck Mindoro as well at around 6 p.m. UTC as a weakening typhoon. And in 1950, Typhoon Fran made landfall on Catanduanes and Luzon as a Category 1 typhoon on December the 29th. Those are the 4 storms that made landfall later than the current one. You can visit Force 13 on any of its 6 outlets. The website force13.com is the main place to be for all the goings on around the world storm-wise. Of course, the video pages will also have regular updates, as of course right now. And of course, the social platforms will have even more regular updates. Facebook and Twitter, search Force 13 at Force 13 on Twitter, and you can speak to me personally on Skype, add Fool13 on there for tropical weather chat. The next update on this storm, the next video update at least, will follow either at 2 a.m. UTC tonight, That would be 10 a.m. UTC December the 30th, 10 a.m. Philippine time December the 30th, or later on in the evening. That's all for now.